Good morning, everyone. Florian here for Heiser Says, and this morning I'd like to talk about recent comments by Pauline Hanson concerning autistic children. Now, the media, the Courier Mail article I read, are tearing her to stripes, and frankly, I think it's pretty easy to. I checked her Twitter feed. I wanted to see if she had a counter argument or if she clarified her position. There didn't seem to be anything there, so I think Pauline is a useful politician. In many ways, she's the politician that people go to when they're frustrated with the big two, the two major parties. Australian politics is a bloody mixed bag right now. So when you're pissed off, you go to one of the little guys to hopefully voice an opinion or to bring attention to something. Now, if we look at her as someone that can bring attention to a particular issue, that's valuable. But she hasn't done it very well. Her argument essentially is that autistic children need to be taken out of classes, put in their own special ones, and to not bring down the other students because all the parents are complaining that their children are getting no time with their teachers. A smarter way and a more persuasive way to actually address the problem is we have not got enough resources to help these autistic children reach their potential. It's hard for parents to get their kids into the correct education programs that are properly set up. If you're just in a normal environment and you're suffering from this condition, it's harder to manage. Where if you're in a space that's designed specifically for it, and I'm talking about the architecture, I'm talking about the teachers that are actually trained into how to help people regulate the sensory issues that you might have, then you can have a better outcome for it. Should have said, we need to get more funding to help these parents and children reach their potential. Because I've got family members that are on the spectrum. Some have been diagnosed, some haven't. I've met gentlemen and people that weren't diagnosed until their 50s. Successful careers, successful businesses. And they said, I taught myself how to read other people's emotions or these type of things. And once he finally got diagnosed, his wife said, wow, that makes so much sense. So essentially, I'm all for addressing the resource shortage that we have because it's hard to find a school. It's hard to find facilities that can help people overcome or overcome the sensory issues that they may have because they still have fantastic potential. And Senator Hanson just didn't go about it the right way to really address this issue. But she's highlighted something that needs to be considered and needs to be addressed. Why aren't we providing more facilities, more resources for this? Why instead of having facilities dispersed across 30 schools, you don't have 2 or 3 highly specialized ones? Or you build, when I went to high school, we had a special ed unit that was part of the school. That was built, that was part of it, and the students would use the special ed unit, and then they would also participate in other normal classes. And very much like South Park, you'd all be in the lunchtime together, and you would tease each other like normal kids. You'd become friends. I'll put a link to one of my good friends, Goff, who's legally blind and is also a movie producer. So there's an example of someone who's risen above, and he's got some controversial opinions on education, particularly for special needs, particularly how frustrated he is with the level that they get. For him, and you should watch his documentary, one of the most interesting or valuable things he was ever taught was a teacher in primary school taught him how to touch type. And that was an individual teacher that took the initiative on their own to teach their students these skills who were legally blind. Because before that, they were teaching them how to write by hand. How are you going to write by hand with a pen when you can't see? What's the point? What's the value? Where touch typing is a invaluable skill. And you've got to remember, this is back in the 80s and 90s, where the technology wasn't as readily available as it was now. So that was a smart teacher taking initiative. So to sum up, Persuasive-wise, Hanson's taken the wrong target, the wrong approach. She's taken the negative approach. She should have taken a positive approach, addressed it on a funding perspective to get a better outcome for the families and students who have autism and who are having difficulties getting the services that they need. I'm sure some are quite fortunate, but I know many others aren't. There are lots of support groups out there where they're trying to raise funding, where they're trying to raise awareness, and where they are trying to get better facilities for their kids. Well, thank you very much. I'm enjoying my coffee. All the best. Bye.